Hello everyone, this is In-Game Art to do the boxing to break down the demo. This is Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 2, the Relentless edition for the PlayStation 4. To start things right off, there were no updates available since the making of this video, as well as all the previous release DLC on the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita version of the game are all on disc on this PS4 version. So basically you can look at this as the completed disc version of the game, which is very nice. Nextly, I want to start this off immediately by warning you that if you've yet to play the first one and you're just watching the second one here, this video could contain spoilers from the events that might happen in the first one, so please bear that in mind if you're going to continue watching this video. I highly recommend that you've played the first one, or I will leave links down in the description to the first video I've made. Check that one out first before you even watch this one. Nextly, I want to say is that the DLC items in the game are unlockable by going to the items in your inventory and unlocking each individual DLC item. Why I'm bringing this up is that some of the DLC items could lead to spoilers by certain items you may get and certain little things that could tell you about future events that could take place. As well as that some of the DLC items will make the game easier, so if you're looking to play the original vanilla form of it and not have all the benefits, do not unlock any of the DLC, because some of them will give you some more resources and some rare equipment and so forth, so bear that in mind as well. Now, if you've played the first one in the series on the PlayStation 4, that save file can transfer over to the second one here, and you will get a few bonuses for playing the first one, like some little resource bonuses as well as some equipment and so forth. It's a little reward for playing the first one. Now we can finally talk about the game. Now, as I said, Trails of Cold Steel 2 is a direct sequel to the first one, and please keep that in mind that you need to have played the first one to get a good grip of the story. Now, they do have a backlog area you can go to at the main menu, so you can get a general idea of what's called the events that took place in the first one for the second one here. But I still highly recommend that you play the first one first. Now, the gameplay-wise, the game is largely the same. Nothing's really changed. Graphically, it's all about the same. A little bit of polish and tweaks here and there, but other than that, combat, world running around, kind of world settings and so forth are all largely the same. The only bigger difference you're going to see in combat-wise is the Divine Knight or your Asher Knight that you own. I won't show any videos for that, but it's largely the same in terms of it's like a rock, paper, scissors method, but there's a little bit more depth and a little bit more strategy involved in now in the second one here, which is very nice. Other than also introducing the motorcycle, as well as giving you the courageous air wings airships, and now you can actually fly around and go to certain locations in the events of the series, or the games. That way you can actually go back to locations that you weren't able to do in the first one. Again, it's largely nice, and as well as, in my opinion, the second one has a better setting and story than the first one. Now again, the first one is trying to set up the characters and the lore and just the events that's going to all take place, and the second one here is in the middle story here, where the war is broken out, the characters have all developed and grown, and now it's time to be put on the big boots and try to settle this war, which is very, very fun and just really endearing. Now, I want to point out a little bit of a hiccup in the game, is that there seems to be a frame rate drop, massive frame rate drop, in certain environments in the game. Usually when it's got a bunch of particle effects in the game. Usually it's in areas where the high elements or higher elements are at play. You will notice massive frame rate drops. Even when you run the turbo mode that makes the game run 2 times faster, you will notice even the game slugging around on that. Even if you turn it off, the frame rate drop is really atrocious. I do believe this was back also on the PlayStation 3, the second one here with the frame rate drops, so it's a little disappointing they didn't fix that for the PlayStation 4 here. So just bear that in mind. It wasn't game breaking or anything like that, just a little annoying and just aggravating that they didn't do anything to fix it. As I said though, the gameplay is largely the same. It's a turn-based kind of system, as well as it's still got the materia system, but the quartz, which is almost like a materia system, where you can put on certain attributes on the character, like attack up, using fire, increase your maximum HP, speed increase, invasion, so forth. You can do a lot of customization, and it's really rewarding when you find the perfect style that you want the characters to be. Again, it still has the link system where you can link characters together as support characters, but it also introduced the group or the in sync attack mode where whoever you're working with, you can activate it, and then you'll be able to, both you and your partner character can get bonus turns. It's a little bit more strategy involved into it, which is really cool. It still has the fishing as well as the Blades card game, but with a little bit of improvement and a lot of bit more strategy cards involved with it. To me, it's a hit and miss. Some cards are kind of cool to add, and other ones seem a little bit OP, per my opinion. As well as the game also has a snowboard event as well, and also you got your motorcycle you can freely drive around with, which is very nice. It's a lot faster than the horse. Again, the game is just an overall direct sequel, and it's pretty much just a slight tweaks and improvements from the first one. And again, we're all eagerly awaiting for the play the third one. It's going to be coming out here soon, I think around November. So it's awesome that we finally can get the next one in the series, because if you're like me, I actually didn't beat the second one here on the PlayStation 3 due to the fact I heard about the PS4 versions that's going to be coming out. So I decided to hold off and wait for the PS4 versions before I beat the second one. So going to it, even the story was still amazing. I played it all the way through. I didn't experience any hiccups or bugs. I enjoyed it greatly. The game also includes a lot more extra content when you play in New Game Plus, which is also really cool. I wish more games included such a function, where it gives you an even more reason to play New Game Plus. Again, Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel is one of the most best Japanese or anime RPGs you can play on the PlayStation 4 or even on your PlayStation Vita or PS3. But I highly recommend the PS4 version since it comes with all the content as well as DLC and updates all on disc. And you gotta love that manual as well as the cards and soundtrack and so forth. It's just a great game to play and buy and add it to your collection. I'm eagerly awaiting, like I said, for the third one, because I want to, as long as you who's been there since the PS3 version and been wanting to play the next part in the series, I can't wait to play it, and hopefully we do get the fourth part as well here in the US. Again, it's a great game, and it's one of those games that a lot of people might overlook for various reasons, but it's a good Japanese RPG, and if you're a fan of turn-based gameplay, it's all there. As well as the game can actually be quite hard and challenging if you let your guard down, even on lower difficulties, so that's really cool. Now the game has some extremely high difficulties that makes the game unbearably hard, but those are for you masochists out there. I play the game usually on normal because I just want a relaxing RPG, but yet somewhat strategy and a little bit involved in the game. So, like always, I will leave links down in the description for instance a copy, which I highly recommend. It's a great game to play, and I recommend both the first and second one. So, thank you all for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye! とか言葉なくし嘆く術もないあるはずのぬくもりが突然に気が下がって凍る胸聞こえることを立ち上がれと立ち向かえとあなたは言う砕けた夢が刺さる痛みにあえぎながら光の